thinking about home energy today, I mean, it's way past just basic backup power now, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. People are looking for, well, real resilience, smarter control over their power use.
And optimizing things, especially, with energy costs going up and the grid feeling a bit strained sometimes.
Exactly. And what's fascinating is how the technology itself has branched out. We're seeing really different ways to tackle those same goals.
Right. And that's what we want to unpack in this deep dive. We're looking closely at two big names in home batteries, Franklin WH and the Enphase IQ battery system.
Hmm.
And the mission here isn't just like reading off spec sheets. We want to get into their core design ideas because how they work and why they're built differently, that's really key to finding the right fit for your home.
Okay, yeah. So let's start with that core difference, the architecture.
Hmm.
Franklin WH, it generally uses a more centralized setup.
Okay.
You have their A-Gate X controller, which acts like the central brain. It manages these pretty beefy A-Power 2 battery units. It's often designed as a robust whole home solution right out of the gate.
Right, a command center approach. Whereas Enphase, they really lean into a distributed modular system, highly modular.
That's the word. Each IQ battery 5P unit, it actually has its own microinverters built right in.
Ah, interesting.
So instead of one main controller doing everything, you get this kind of smart network of units working together. And the big advantage there, you can start smaller, add capacity bit by bit.
Okay, so that core difference must show up in performance, right? Like during an outage.
It does. A single Franklin AA Power 2 battery, it puts out around 10 kilowatts of continuous power and can surge higher, up to maybe 15 kilowatts.
That sounds like quite a bit of muscle.
It is. It's generally enough to run most, maybe even all, of a typical home. It can handle starting demanding things like, say, a 5-ton air conditioner, which needs a big kick of power.
Gotcha. And the Enphase IQ 5P?
Well, each 5P unit gives you about 3.84 kilowatts of continuous, peaking around 7.68 kilowatters. But the neat part is how it scales.
You just add more unit.
Exactly. You stack them to get the total power output you need. Plus, that distributed design gives you some built-in resilience. If one small part has an issue, the rest of the system usually just keeps going.
Okay, makes sense. What about storage capacity? How much energy can they hold?
So the Franklin A Power 2, it's substantial. We're talking 15 kilowatters of usable energy per battery unit.
15. Wow.
Yeah, and you can link up to 15 of them, I believe, for a huge system like 225 kilowatters if you have really massive energy needs.
And Enphase with the 5P.
That's 5 kilowatters per unit. The whole strategy there is flexibility, granularity.
Ah, so you could literally start with just one 5 kilowatt battery.
You could. And then add another later if, say, you buy an electric vehicle and find you need more storage or maybe your budget changes. It's really designed for that right size as you go idea.
That modularity sounds appealing. How about reliability and the tech inside?
Well, good news on both fronts. They both use LFP chemistry, lithium iron phosphate, very stable, safe, long-lasting stuff. And both offer pretty strong 15-year warranties on the main battery units, guaranteeing around 70% capacity retention toward the end of that term.
That's reassuring. Anything else on reliability?
Franklin often emphasizes a high megawatt-hour throughput guarantee. Basically, they're warranting the total energy cycled through the battery over its life, which suggests, confidence in the components for heavy use.
And Enphase.
The resilience story, again, ties back to that distributed design. Microinverters in each unit mean a single point of failure is less likely to take down the whole show. Oh, and both use passive cooling, so they run quiet.
Good point. Okay, let's talk investment. What are we looking at, roughly?
All right, so based on typical installed pricing, and this is before any incentives, a starter 15-kilowatt Franklin WH system, you might be looking in the $18,000 to $20,000 range, ballpark.
Okay. And a similar 15 kilowatt setup with Enphase, that would be 3 5P units plus the controller, right?
Correct. That often lands in a similar price range, maybe slightly higher sometimes, but really depends on the specifics of the installation.
And crucial difference when adding capacity later. Franklin adds in those big 15 kilowatt blocks.
While Enphase adds in smaller 5-kilowatt steps, much more granular.
And when you think about lifetime value, it's not just the sticker price, is it?
Not at all. You've got to consider efficiency, potential savings from smart features, how well it matches your long-term plans, even your local utility rates, like in the Washington, D.C. area. Those can really matter.
And we should definitely mention the federal tax credit that makes a huge difference to the final cost, worth looking into separately.
Absolutely. Now, the smart features side. Franklin's A-Gate X, that central controller, it's a powerful energy management hub.
How so?
It excels at whole home control. It can do sophisticated load management, especially with an optional module for smart circuits, letting you prioritize or shed specific loads during an outage. And it integrates really smoothly if you add a generator later on. It's a very robust, all-in-one kind of feel.
Okay. And Enphase, what's their smart strategy?
Enphase offers a really comprehensive ecosystem. If you already have Enphase solar microinverters, or maybe they're EV chargers, the batteries just slot right in beautifully. It's all designed to work together seamlessly.
Integrated system.
Exactly. You get incredibly detailed monitoring through their app. And the intelligence baked into those IQ8 microinverters within the batteries themselves, it makes them fantastic at grid forming during backup power situations. Really impressive tech.
So when you step back, I mean, both Franklin WH and Enphase are really at the forefront here.
Definitely. This kind of sophisticated home energy management, 10 years ago, it felt like science fiction. Now it's here.
And the real takeaway maybe isn't asking which system is better overall.
Right. It's about which system is better for you, for your specific home, your family's needs, your energy goals, and, yeah, your budget.
It's a personal decision.
It really is. And if you're trying to navigate these options and figure out that best path for yourself, getting some expert advice can help.
That's where visiting integrates.com comes in. You can schedule a personalized consultation. It's not about pressure, it's about getting the insights you need.
Making that informed choice for your energy future.
So as you're mulling all this over, here's maybe a final thought to consider.
Okay.
What's your #1 priority in a home battery system? Is it getting maximum power right away? Or is it having that flexibility to start smaller and grow over time?
Good question. Something to really think about as you weigh these two fantastic technologies.
Indeed. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.